Alright, everybody, welcome back to another edition here of Friday Night SmackDown. How are y'all doing? My name is Dominic, of course, behind the commentary table, and we are live and sold out here in Arlington, Texas for what is set to be a hot go-home show for Friday Night SmackDown as Survivor Series. The next big pay-per-view is taking place this weekend. More details on that later, as Jackson Ryker is looking to kick off the show, teaming up, of course, with a man who will be featuring on that Survivor Series card, EC3. Okay, it's going to be the duo of Jackson and EC3 as they are set to take on the always dangerous and unpredictable duo of Killian Dane and Alexander Wolf. And just to add a bit more spice to this already incredibly sounding entree for this delicious 5-star meal that is set to happen here on Friday Night SmackDown, this will be a #1 contenders matchup for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Now, we know EC3, he's got perhaps bigger fish to fry, as he is going to be going up against Drew McIntyre inside of a steel cage. And our general manager, the Radar Superstar Edge, knows this. So he's not going to particularly create a situation where EC3 could be potentially fighting twice on the same night. So this SmackDown Tag Team Championship matchup that will be taking place between the Bar and whoever wins this matchup will be happening on the next episode of SmackDown. However, right now, EC3 has got a lot on his mind. Okay, of course, he's got the Bar, Cesaro, and Sheamus on his mind, alongside, of course, his personal bodyguard himself, Jackson Ryker. However, he's also got to deal with Drew McIntyre. Okay, this man that he has just been constantly pissing off and angering for the past few months, ever since WrestleMania, cashing in his Money in the Bank briefcase and taking Drew McIntyre's one chance at becoming the WWE champion. Okay, he beat AJ Styles in a hard-fought victory, did Drew McIntyre, before Drew McIntyre, after just barely 5 minutes of holding that championship in his grasp, he was met with defeat at WrestleMania, where EC3 stole the championship. However, tonight, EC3 is looking to steal a victory alongside Jackson Ryker from those two men, Killian Dane and Alexander Wolf. Okay, Killian Dane and Alexander Wolf coming out here tonight on their own, because you might be wondering why, indeed why, is there the absence of their leader, Eric Young? Well, here's why. It's because Eric Young, he's a bit busy tonight as well. Okay, Eric Young's going to be going one-on-one with Kevin Owens, the man who will be defending his WWE Championship against Big E, 1/3 of the New Day, at Survivor Series. However, Eric Young, he's looking to take his Intercontinental Championship away first from the prize fighter. However, right now, it's Jackson Ryker and Killian Dane. Oh, look at these big men here kicking off SmackDown. These two big behemoths as Killian Dane throws him across the ring. Jackson Ryker, oh wait a second, perhaps about to get an Irish whip. Jackson Ryker stops him, however, goes for a DDT, and then there you see the power of Killian Dane. Now look at him taunting Jackson Ryker. Typically it's Ryker who has the power advantage in most situations. However, right now it seems as though Killian Dane, between these two men, seemingly having the upper hand in terms of raw power. However, he's tagging in the unpredictable, the lunatic, some would argue, Alexander Wolf. However, Jackson Ryker stops him dead in his tracks, takes him down. Okay, these two teams both known for their constant attacks, as I was mentioning before. EC3 attacking Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania, cashing in his Money in the Bank briefcase. Also, throughout the course of these last few months, attacking Drew McIntyre alongside Jackson Ryker, constantly being a thorn in his side, trying to make sure he bleeds out for good here on SmackDown. However, right now, Alexander Wolf gets thrown to the corner as Jackson Ryker watches Killian Dane tag himself in, and now it's Dane who's staring back down at Jackson Ryker as EC3. There you see, very wisely perhaps, thinking to himself, let Jackson Ryker do all the work. Now, of course, in a tag team matchup, you want to be on the same page as your partner, but oh my god, look at this, catching him there, and then turning him around, beautifully executed. Okay, countering it into a big slam does Killian Dane as Jackson Ryker goes for a running knee to the gut, and it seems not to have affected him, but that did with that massive headbutt. Okay, EC3, he's got a match to prep for, of course, at Survivor Series, as I keep bringing up. However, right now, it seems as though EC3 is being tagged in. He does not want to gain too much damage before that massive steel cage fight that he's going to be having with another elbow drop there. As Jackson Ryker also drops Killian Dane right on the lower spine, and there you see Killian Dane just barely missing that big boot before EC3, the egotistical, always richest man in the room, decides to run back and tag in Jackson Ryker, and it seems as though that is not going in their favor right now as Killian Dane has the upper hand. Jackson Ryker gets thrown to the corner. And there you see Dane makes the tag to Alexander Wolf. Killian Dane using his power, keeping him in the corner as Alexander Wolf now continues the pressure. As now Wolf throws him. Oh my god, Jackson Ryker being sent into the corner with the exploder. An exploder, mind you, that's very similar to Bayley's, another person that will be competing at Survivor Series. However, more on that later, as well as... oh, wait a second, Jackson Ryker goes for a kick. Alexander Wolf catches him there, goes for a big slam. However, instead he gets pushed off. Oh, and then a big thunderous knee right to the jaw of Alexander Wolf. And now there you see Jackson Ryker, the raw power, throwing him into the corner there, making the tag out once again to EC3. And now, oh, wait a second. Oh, it seems as though they like it twice. They're going to do it twice, this time to Alexander Wolf with that elbow drop by EC3. Almost trying to go through Alexander Wolf's chest. And now, oh, wait a second. It seems as though EC3 finally taking some offense from one of the members of Sanity, getting a punch to the gut. However, instead he turns it back around there with the back of the head, the back of the neck, by Alexander Wolf, just getting whipped into the mat. And it seems as though Jackson Ryker perhaps setting up that devastating spear, or perhaps not, as Alexander Wolf somehow, some way, jumps over Ryker, and then he takes him down with the Sanity driver. As Alexander Wolf throws EC3 off. Sanity looking to cement themselves back in the title hunt here on SmackDown in the tag division. Oh my god, and then the raw size of Killian Dane being used as an asset. Oh! However, there you see once again, and oh my god, then right to the gut of Jackson Ryker, goes for a pinfall here. 1, 2, no, and EC3 breaks it up at the last second. And there you see Killian Dane not happy about it as Ryker is still down, and then another punch to EC3, sending him back down, crashing to the outside. As Alexander Wolf once again gets tagged back into the ring. However, perhaps that distraction by EC3 might have given Ryker some time to breathe as Alexander Wolf rolls to the outside. However, right now, oh god, there you see Wolf with the very quick punches to the gut as always. Okay, you can't overlook the speed of Alexander Wolf as Jackson Ryker shows some speed, dodging that, and then a big brutal kick to Alexander Wolf before tossing Killian Dane back into the ring. And now, oh, wait a second. Killian Dane is up and down with that choke slam power bomb, trying to cave the damn mat in right now. It's the first match of the evening. I don't know how people would have been able to compete for the rest of the show if that truly did cave in the mat. However, right now, EC3, the legal man, takes him down. 1, 2, 3, and oh, look at that. Look at that sight. Jackson Ryker does all the work. EC3 gets the pinfall victory. Wow. Well, I wonder if that was set up, ladies and gentlemen. Well, either way, though, EC3 and Jackson Ryker get the job done here tonight. As Alexander Wolf and Killian Dain, they put up a fight all right. However, Jackson Ryker, his raw power, his raw strength, okay, his freakish ability just being put on display and used to the advantage of EC3 and Jackson Ryker. That means now that EC3 at Survivor Series, he's going to have to deal with a steel cage match against Drew McIntyre, but now also, no matter what happens, even if he gets injured, Jackson Ryker and EC3 are going to have a tag team championship matchup. And it seems as though EC3 and Jackson Ryker, they're celebrating now, but will EC3 celebrate at Survivor Series? Not too sure. Okay, however, right now, a matchup that could have happened at Survivor Series will be happening later on tonight, as Sasha Banks, the woman who lost to Bayley in a #1 contenders match for that very SmackDown women's title, will be going up against the champion herself in a non-title matchup. It's going to be Ember Moon versus Sasha Banks. And of course, I mentioned it earlier, the leader of Sanity will be going up against the Intercontinental and WWE champion here on SmackDown, Kevin Owens, looking to take that white strap home to Sanity. Will he be able to do it, or will Kevin Owens be walking in the Survivor Series with both championships? Well, there's only one way to find out. Stay tuned for this massive main event. However, that's not all, okay, because I keep mentioning it. Survivor Series, Saturday, May 30th. You're not going to want to miss it. 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific is when it's going live out into the universe. I hope you all can join us, because it's going to be a guaranteed thrill ride. And I can't wait to see the monumental fights that will be taking place at this event. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, we're turning our attention from Survivor Series back to SmackDown, as some singles competition is set for action here tonight. That man right there is set for action. Robert Roode, the glorious one himself, as he calls himself, will be taking on a man who will be at that very same Survivor Series pay-per-view. Okay, it's the most talked about, hyped matchup for that event, as Robert Roode is taking on the man who will be taking on the Dead Man at Survivor Series. As long as he can survive the glorious one, the in-ring veteran Robert Roode. However, right now, this man has been on one hell of a run, defeating Rusev before immediately challenging the Dead Man to a matchup. And tonight, he's looking to do what he did to Rusev in a few moments, as he goes up against Robert Roode. Is none other than that man, Alistair Black. And there you see him making his way down to the ring. The always mysterious Alistair Black. He's had a lot of history with the Dead Man, not as much history with Robert Roode. Perhaps Robert Roode can somehow outsmart Alistair Black before his monumental matchup at Survivor Series. Okay, he's got a lot on his mind as well, just like how EC3 had a lot on his mind in that tag team match. Alistair Black is going to be worrying about The Undertaker. Okay, one of the biggest grudge matches we will ever or have ever seen here in the WWE, years in the making. Okay, at WrestleMania a few years ago, Black beat The Undertaker. And then last year at WrestleMania, it was Taker who got the victory on Black. Survivor Series will be the grudge match. And right now, Alistair Black, he's got a lot on his mind, and that's probably an understatement. But right now, He's going to have to turn his focus to the mustachioed, glorious Robert Roode. Here we go as... Oh, God! And there you see Alistair Black wanting to perhaps end this matchup very quickly. Not a bad strategy. Immediately, right out of the gate, launching a knee right to the face of Robert Roode before Roode with a legs whip, taking him down there. Roode here tonight really needs a victory. Okay, he hasn't had too much success here on SmackDown, which has been well documented. Okay, he seems to always do very well. Okay, and he's very much known for his incredible technical prowess and his intelligent mind within that ring. Okay, he has been compared to Triple H many a time. However, right now, Alistair Black drops that same man who's been compared to Triple H, Robert Roode, on the top of his head. And now, oh wait, he's not done. He's not done now. Going for the strikes with the knee right to the jaw. I'm being told right now after this we're going to be hearing from the Bludgeon Brothers themselves, Harper and Rowan, the two men that have been dealing with Bray Wyatt over the past few weeks. However, right now, Alistair Black is having to deal with Robert Roode as Roode... Oh, wait a second. There you see. Oh, wow. Flipping out of it. Okay, not particularly known for his agility. However, in the end, Robert Roode shows that he definitely has some within him. As now, there you see. That's what I'm talking about. More known for his power. Taking him down. 1, 2. The intelligent mind of Robert Roode almost just led to a victory for the glorious one right there, following that power slam, whipping him into the mat. However, Alistair Black whips him into the corner. Running forearm strike, goes for a stomp. However, oh God, instead, he punches him in the face, and here we go. Oh, and then a kick right there, brutal, right to the side of the head. Oh, and then another kick, another boot, this time to the face, to the nose. No way, it seems as though we're going with a trifecta of kicks. There you see it, the Black Mass. And it's over. 1, 2, 3, a match ender, a dream killer. Alistair Black hitting that brutal Black Mass, always devastating and disastrous for his opponents. And Robert Roode just felt Alistair Black's raw punishment here tonight. Black showing the world that he is ready for The Undertaker. There you see Alistair Black realizing that he's alone in that ring. He does not seem scared. He does not look intimidated. Alistair Black going into Survivor Series with a victory in a stare down with the Phenom, the dead man himself. And it seems as though he is unfazed heading into that incredible event. Oh, well, it seems as though... Did I hear that correctly? Did I just hear that the Bludgeon Brothers want to fight this fiend? I mean, we've only seen it a few times. We've seen it twice now, I believe, and every time we've seen the Fiend, 3 times maybe, every time we've seen the Fiend, it's just been raw terror on the eyes of whoever he targets, even the eyes of people he doesn't. Just everybody is terrified, and it seems the Bludgeon Brothers, Harper and Rowan, they're so sick of Bray Wyatt that they're gonna fight the Fiend at Survivor Series. I don't even know what to say to that. Good luck then, guys. Hopefully you know what you're doing, but if you don't, I don't know if we'd be able to ever see them again. We haven't seen Matt or Jeff Hardy since the Fiend showed up at the Hardy compound. I don't know. Well, either way, though, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for some women's action to somehow turn our attention from Harper and Rowan and that bombshell of an announcement and challenge. We have to turn our attention to a match that could have happened at Survivor Series if Sasha Banks won last week's main event. Because you see, it was Sasha Banks versus Bayley in a war. Okay, both women battling it out. Okay, good friends backstage, but on that night, they were enemies. And they were looking for a shot at Ember Moon's SmackDown Women's Championship. As right now, these two women lock up, Sasha Banks and Ember Moon. However, as you can see right now, Sasha Banks going after Ember because she's not going to be able to get a shot at her at Survivor Series, with Sasha Banks losing last week to Bayley. So at Survivor Series, Ember Moon is going one-on-one with Bayley. Okay, Ember Moon having an illustrious title reign. As, wait a second, Sasha Banks takes her down. Has her in a full Nelson position before slamming her face first into the mat. Goes for a cover, only a 1 count, however, as Sasha Banks, here we go, enters the matchup with the green, black, and white, and now trying to tap out Ember Moon immediately as the match just starts, ladies and gentlemen, trying to choke her out. And then, there you see Ember Moon with that very impressive acrobatic nature. Okay, she's a strong striker. She has incredibly hard kicks as she's going up against Sasha Banks, known for her devastating knee strikes and submission and ground game. However, right now, Ember Moon takes down Banks. And now Ember Moon waiting for Banks to get up here, and now flies to the outside with the dive. Okay, I just mentioned Ember Moon, well known for her acrobatic skills and her agility, putting it on display. However, right now, Sasha Banks throws her into the barricade. No, wait a second, looks like she's not done. Has her on the barricade once again. Moon not looking so hot right now. Throws her into the barricade again. And the count of 5 by the referee here. Once again, I want to reiterate, this is not for the SmackDown Women's Championship. However, you gotta think that Sasha Banks, if she somehow defeats Ember Moon here tonight, she's gotta be in contention, perhaps at a later date, for that championship. Okay, she could say, hey, you know what? I beat you in a non-title predicament. Perhaps I could beat you for the championship. Of course, last time Ember Moon, ladies and gentlemen, was truly challenged for that championship. It was against Lacey Evans in a one-on-one fight. However, right now she's in a fight against Sasha Banks, who Banks throws her to the outside. Okay, very similar to what Ember Moon did a few moments ago. And now, wait a second, with a dive of her own there. Saying anything you can do, I can do better, while simultaneously dishing out some more punishment And then face first goes Moon into the post. Sasha Banks, also known for her savagery within competition here tonight with this in-ring competition, as now, using that same ring to her advantage. Okay, using the bottom rope, sending Ember Moon crashing down. As now, wait a second, 1, 2. No, and only a 2 count there on the champion. Sasha Banks, ladies and gentlemen, coming into this one, as I was mentioning before, with the black, green, and white attire, along with the blue hair, very colorful as always. However, Ember Moon coming in with the red, orange, and yellow attire here tonight, along with her hairstyles. Now, wait a second, goes for a running knee attack. Now, wait a second, she gets caught. She gets caught as Sasha Banks takes her down there. Neckbreaker position, turns into a cover now. 1, 2. No, and only a 2 count. She's won a few matches with that roll-up pinfall predicament after the neckbreaker. However, it seems as though not this time. At least not yet anyways. Perhaps she might just do that same maneuver again later on. Who knows if Ember Moon will even give her a chance. But right now it seems as though Sasha Banks is just continuing the punishment. Has her up, top rope position. This is not looking good for Moon. Frankensteiner off the top by Banks. Goes for the cover now. 1, 2. No, and only a 2 count. And you gotta think that Bayley is loving this. Okay, sure, Sasha and Bayley have their respect for one another. Bayley, of course, has a respect for Ember Moon. But you gotta think that Bayley is just hoping that Ember Moon somehow suffers a serious injury within this one. As Moon, wait a second, with the kick. After pushing her off, she pushes her own boot into the stomach, the chest, and the face of Sasha Banks, throwing her into the corner now. As Banks isn't looking good. However, there you see, big kick right to the gut. As Sasha's not done, Irish whip once again into the corner. And now Sasha Banks running knee attack, but now it's Ember Moon who reverses it. And an Irish whip again, and there you see with these constant Irish whips, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on, wait a second. 1, 2. No, and only a 2 count. Okay, these constant Irish whips are a massive factor within any matchup. Because as you can see right now, the energy consumption by Sasha Banks being sent into the corner, running towards that corner after the sheer force of the throw by Ember Moon. Okay, that energy consumption might just tire out the opponents. As now, wait a second, she looks to do it again. However, this time Sasha Banks whips her into the mats, belly to belly suplex. Picture perfect, yet absolutely just devastating to watch. It looked like she was going for a running knee attack perhaps. However, this time she stops herself. However, it's Sasha Banks who then gets stopped. But now back and forth in the corner. Okay, Bayley, I can only assume watching this one. However, this time Sasha Banks runs at her, hits her with those double knees finally. And now it looks like she's going to continue the pressure here. Neckbreaker again. Oh, wait a second, but Ember Moon reverses the neckbreaker this time. Hits her there. Knee right to the face. Sasha Banks gets sent into the corner. However, here we go. Ember Moon connecting, flipping around into that clothesline. But there you just saw the effects of that energy consumption. Throwing her into the corner before sprinting towards her. Trying to get a lot of force into that clothesline. And speaking of force, Ember Moon with the eclipse and the cover. 1, 2, 3. No, and Sasha Banks somehow kicks out. I have no idea how she just kicked out of it, but she did. Ember Moon even looks stunned right there. However, she realizes that she has to continue the fight. But Sasha Banks now continuing the fight in her own right, turns her around. However, Ember Moon realizing that's a potentially dangerous situation, but Sasha Banks puts her right back into it. And now, wait a second, here's why. Hold on, here we go. Sasha Banks, there you see her. She's got the hole locked in deep. Ember Moon and the Banks statement got nowhere to go. And wait a second. Instead, she turns into a cover. 1, 2, 3. No, and again, only a 2 count there. And Ember Moon gets out of the Banks statement very quickly. However, you gotta think that that was cause for a lot of punishment, as now a Bulldog connects by Banks. Right here on SmackDown, these two women are putting on one hell of a clinic here. And this ain't even the main event. Of course, we got Young versus Owens in a few moments after this matchup. And also, we're going to be hearing from the New Day after this one. However, that is if this matchup ever ends, because this fight is seemingly never ending. As Ember Moon, there you see, throwing Sasha Banks into the corner there, whipping herself once again into that clothesline predicament. And now, here we go with another Eclipse, a second one there. Picture perfect, 1, 2, 3, and it seems as though the woman who takes precedent over anybody else in the title picture, Ember Moon, just got a victory there leading into Survivor Series. Okay, a big victory. However, it was very well earned. Okay, Sasha Banks put up one hell of a fight. Okay, she's got a lot of heart. She's got a lot of guts. However, in the end, Ember Moon, she hit her with an Eclipse. I thought it was over. Sasha Banks, she still had that little bit of fight left within her to hit a bank statement out of nowhere, bank statement. But then in the end, Ember Moon hits her with a second Eclipse. And no one, I repeat, nobody ever kicks out of that second Eclipse. And there you see Ember Moon, the champion, winning here tonight on SmackDown. Well, of course, the New Day, as you just heard, they are setting course for Survivor Series. They are looking to become the main event act here on SmackDown, and they're going to be celebrating if Big E can somehow pull out a victory over Kevin Owens and take his WWE Championship. Now, that's not going to be an easy task. However, Big E has shown that he has the heart, the determination, and overall raw skill and power and strength to perhaps get the job done. Okay, remember, he outlasted 4 competitors, including that man, Eric Young, which I'll get to in a bit. He outlasted 4 competitors in a gauntlet match to get the chance, the opportunity that he has never been handed before. So at Survivor Series, Big E is looking to make use of that opportunity and defeat Kevin Owens. However, right now, Kevin Owens cannot be thinking about Survivor Series. He's got to be thinking about his Intercontinental Championship. Of course, he is the holder of both the WWE and Intercontinental titles. However, following tonight, in this massive main event, perhaps he won't be. Perhaps the leader of Sanity, that man, Eric Young, will do what Killian Day and Alexander Wolf couldn't do earlier on tonight, and that's get a victory. Of course, Dane and Wolf earlier losing a number 1 contenders tag team matchup. However, right now, this ain't no tag team match. This is a one-on-one fight. It's the unpredictable leader of one of the most chaotic groups and factions we have ever seen in professional wrestling history. It's going to be Eric Young taking on the prize fighter, the Intercontinental Champion, the WWE Champion, the top player here on SmackDown, Kevin Owens. Okay, Kevin Owens there you see making his way to the ring, walking out with the Intercontinental Championship. However, will he be entering LA, Los Angeles, California, where Survivor Series is taking place? Will he be able to enter that pay-per-view with both the Intercontinental and WWE titles, or will he end up leaving with the WWE Championship while Eric Young, this leader of a faction that has done nothing but decimate everybody on SmackDown that stands in their way? Will that man, the chaotic, the unpredictable Eric Young, take the white strap home? A part of me really wants to see Eric Young take that smug grin off of Kevin Owens' face and take home the Intercontinental Championship. The other part of me thinks, even though Kevin Owens is a one-man wrecking crew, he is absolutely dangerous. The idea of Eric Young, Killian Day, and Alexander Wolf ruling over SmackDown with that IC title, it is a thought that terrifies me. As the bell rings and Eric Young immediately running in with the punches. Okay, this, ladies and gentlemen, is your main event of the evening. Eric Young realizes that this is a high-stakes fight as he hits him there with those punches over and over again. And now, takes himself down with the elbow right to the leg, and now here we go, working over the leg. Okay, these constant punches. Eric Young, a brawler here on SmackDown. He's not done as these rights connect before a boot right to the gut as, wait a second, Kevin Owens runs towards him here. However, instead, Eric Young strikes back with these punches. You gotta think that Wolf and Dane, following their loss, must be watching this one as they heal up from any potential injuries, as Eric Young, showing off some rare feats of agility, getting out of that back suplex position, turns into a front suplex there, taking him down, back first onto the mat. 1, 2, no, and only a 2 count, barely getting the shoulder of Kevin Owens. Okay, Owens also has to think here tonight, if he suffers some kind of an injury going into that matchup against Big E, well then we could practically guarantee a new WWE and Intercontinental Championship within the space of a few days. As right now, Kevin Owens takes him down, and then takes himself down right on the stomach of Eric Young. As Kevin Owens there, you see him just pressing the boot right to the gut. Disrespectful as always, Kevin Owens. Okay, he calls himself the prize fighter. Okay, he cares about money. However, I think he cares more about, a hell of a lot more than that. He wants to be at the top of the food chain at all times. And right now, he is indeed at the top of the food chain. He is the holder of the WWE Championship, the all-prestigious. And also, the Intercontinental Championship, another prestigious championship. However, right now, Kevin Owens and Eric Young are battling, and Kevin Owens, he might not leave here with that IC title if Eric Young continues the pressure. However, right now, Kevin Owens is looking to stop any sort of momentum. As now, wait a second. And then a brutal stomp right to the face of Young, as Young goes for another maneuver there, goes for a running forearm attack. However, instead he gets whipped into the mat. Kevin Owens right now waits for Eric Young to get up, propping himself up in the corner, and that's perhaps not a smart strategy, as Kevin Owens there with that cannonball takes him down. Okay, already one hell of an episode of SmackDown, ladies and gentlemen. The announcement of the Bludgeon Brothers versus The Fiend, The Undertaker, with a surprise stare down. And of course, the New Day. Oh! Proving that they are ready for Survivor Series. Now, wait a second. What the? Oh my god, the neck breaker. The whipping neck breaker, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on, wait a second. We might have a new champ. 1, 2, 3. No, and he gets the shoulder up again. Okay, I was so busy talking about what happened here on SmackDown as these two men are going to war right now. Eric Young hitting that neck breaker that has left so many other competitors unconscious, including Kevin Owens. Okay, of course, this match stemming from an attack by the leader of Sanity after Kevin Owens decided to attack Big E following a tag team matchup. However, right now, Eric Young, he's looking to continue the attack once again. Seems to have something in mind here. Not too sure, however, Kevin Owens reverses. And then Owens, oh wait a second, throws him into the corner. Absolutely vicious. Showing that raw power that Kevin Owens has within him. Okay, he is an incredible combination, a very unique combination of raw power, of striking ability, of speed, of agility. Some people would call him the total package, ladies and gentlemen. However, right now, oh, he's sending perhaps a booby trap package here tonight against Eric Young, who's expecting a victory here on SmackDown, but instead he's just, oh god, getting these vicious kicks, these punches by Owens. However, right now, Kevin Owens and Young battling in the corner. Okay, there you see, taking him down. Trying to keep the other opponent cornered, of course. Always a good strategy, however, instead, as you just saw, Eric Young turn into some more offense here. 1, 2. No, and only a 2 count there. Not a victory just yet for the leader of Sanity. Okay, Eric Young throwing Kevin Owens down to the ground there before flying off the middle turnbuckle. Is now, wait a second. Kevin Owens fights back out of nowhere. 1, 2 with the stunner, but not the victory, as Eric Young is showing that he still somehow has some life within him. As now Kevin Owens picks up Eric Young there. He's not done. And then, oh god, wait a second. He's decided to adopt this move as his finishing. Oh god, is devastating and typically finishing package pile driver, and he isn't done. What the hell, the cockiness of Kevin Owens. Come on. You already beat him. Go for the cover. Go for the pinfall, damn it. What are you doing? Oh god, what is this? Tossing him to the outside. Oh god, wait a second. Kevin Owens joins him. Seems to have something in... Oh no. 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 No! Jesus Christ! The power bomb onto the apron there. Not only that, but the Minitron as well. My god! The same maneuver that took out John Cena. We haven't seen him since SummerSlam. And it seems as though Kevin Owens sees victory in his sights as Kevin deciding to send a message perhaps to Big E. My god. Well, Kevin Owens, to close out this show, ladies and gentlemen, indeed defeats Eric Young, but I honestly, I cannot tell you that was called for. Okay, he had Young beat, and then there you see, oh god, look at this in slow motion. It's even brutal. You just saw his back bending on the Minitron. My god. Well, Kevin Owens, there you see the Intercontinental Champion, and he's looking to leave Survivor Series with the WWE title as well, as we close out this go-home edition of SmackDown.